Okay, trying a different approach. Maybe now I'll say I'm recording. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Alright. I'm gonna do it this way since the one I recorded with BM really sucked. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Alright, 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 alright. Okay. Never mind. Never mind it not in terms of oh, it's right there, right there. Okay. I'm gonna stream this. Hopefully this doesn't jack up because I'm on RC Media. OBS wasn't really good. So the interesting thing is I am not a master of this matchup. I think it's very interesting because both of these characters can get some nutty stuff in terms of juggling. Anytime these characters get each other into the air, they're in really bad positions. Yoshi, because Yoshi's like Yoshi. Well, actually, I should say Yoshi already sucks at landing. He has some very like tricky landing options that he can use, but they're very risky. But some characters like Rosalina and Cloud, uh, her up air just straight up beats out whatever Yoshi tries to do. So if Yoshi tries to down air or down B, if Rosalina times it, he'll just beat it. Um, but Yoshi has some pretty interesting stuff to handle Rosalina as a character. So they can scrap a lot. So let's see. I haven't did my research on this, but we'll just observe, see what happens, and go from there. Also, I guess before I start, you kind of want to understand like how majority of E-Wall players play to, I guess, get what these players might be trying to do. Is E-Wall focuses a lot on how they can land attack combos, not really like how they approach or like how they can do a mix-up. They focus a lot on hitting an attack and what they can do afterwards. Senpai especially, and Dr. Robotnik, I think Dr. Robotnik gets top 5 or top 4 a little bit more because, let me think about how I should say this. He cares a lot about the technicalities of his character, like small micro things, and that really gives him an edge against a lot of players. Except for people like Slam Jamington, because the way he plays, he thinks about his attack combos so much. He's basically like, I guess, the gatekeeper of attack comboing for Iwa. So if you don't know how to do any attack combos, then for the most part, like, or even know how to like punish well, you're just gonna get destroyed by slam, which is why most people are afraid of slam because they're not good at punish game like attack combos anyway. So someone running in front of them face, and anytime they do in a combo, they only do like 10%, and every time slam does a combo, they do like 50%. They get scared. Which is interesting because no one's really afraid to play me, I would say. But the way I win is a lot different from the way Slam wins. So low key, there's no reason to. But anyway, going to go into this match, attack combos. So that's what you really want to think about before you even go to the set to see if they actually play like that. This is probably a button check. It's good to do a button check. People forget to do that, and then they end up like having to pause the game and do stuff, and like no one wants to wait for that. Smash feels pretty good choice. Okay, again. I don't know if most people know this, but they need to hold X, Y, and start. X, Y, and start can reset your controller. For some reason, a lot of people don't know you can do that. If you hold X, Y, and start, you don't have to plug your controller out, blow it, and all that stuff. You just X, Y, start. Hold X, Y, and start will reset the controller for you, so you don't have to do all this stuff. That was a really good start off because, like, even DeBuzz do this. He'll, like, go in, and then, like, if someone wants to attack, he can roll back, and there's one or two things that can happen here. Either he can get a jab because Luma avoided the attack, or you can get a grab, which in this case he got a grab and up tilt. I don't really like the nair there, but since he already air dodged, which is kind of interesting, he kind of just got up smash in the face. So really good dash attack. Called him out, but was too antsy on the read. One of the things that I noticed is, like, a lot of times Jess will have a read, right, on someone, and he'll get the read, but he'll either be too fast most of the time he's too fast to click the button to punish, or he's too slow. So one of the things that Jess would need to work on is really on timing of his attack. Because half the time, like sometimes no, I won't say half the time, but a lot of times he'll pick the right button, but not at the right time. And Rosalina thrives at like picking a button at the right time. It's really important, especially because she doesn't have a lot of like crazy, oh, let me just hit you with this button. I mean, granted, she has jab and it's like really useful, but a lot of Rosalina she's a lot of normal. She doesn't have like a lot of special. She doesn't have a lot of like technical stuff. It's like use your normal attacks to beat the opponent because you have a lot of priority, and Luma is well, I don't want to curse on stream, but she is something to deal with. So really important to understand if you're playing against Rosalina or trying to play Rosalina. She reminds me of Ryu in Smash 4 a little bit in that sense, where it's like a lot of basic attacks to hit someone. Okay, so Jess got away with roll behind twice. I think Robotnik should abuse more of his pressure like he's doing there. Disagree. Trey wants air dodges more than Robotnik wants forward air. Just kidding, just kidding. But one of the thing is like forward air is pretty good with Yoshi, but the thing you have to realize is if you position yourself to block it at the right spacing, then you can punish it with like anything. Shield grab, up smash out of shield with like Rosalina has up smash out of shield, shield grab, jab. Like she has a lot of options to punish not space well forward air. And the thing about forward air is maybe Robotnik doesn't know this, who knows? But if you have stage control, landing that forward air is a lot easier versus having no good stage control because you have no room to space properly. But if you know the Yoshi's gonna spam forward air and they're not gonna go back or space it properly, and you overshoot or undershoot where they're gonna go, then you can pretty much start catching them a lot. Especially with fast characters and especially with characters who have big, beefy hitboxes like Rosa. Um, so yeah. What Jess needs to do is, I don't know if he, it's so weird with his Rosa. He often likes to jump a lot with Rosalina, and like Rosalina, like she has some pretty good like cockblock moves with her aerials, but she wants to like abuse, like try to get people to jump so she can catch them, and try to like force people in really ridiculous positions that like just hard to deal with and really frustrating to deal with. But Jess likes to jump a lot and like get these like cool like lunar neutral air or neutral air movements into like options, like because neutral air, Rosalina's neutral air is pretty nice to land. Um, but because he jumps too much, he ends up getting hit by a lot of stuff. So like he definitely gets more done when he stays grounded. And I don't even know if he notices that. Okay. Nice F tilt. I really like what he did there because most people they would try to shield grab or try to up smash and not realize that they just have to punish the cross up because most of the time, Yoshi's will just try to make sure that move is as safe as possible or try to deal as much shield damage. And to do most shield damage, you have to cross them up basically. Really good back air. It's almost interesting is like Jess is almost like kind of like a pseudo bait player. He's not really desperate yet. Okay, that was kind of desperate leadership. So one of the things that Jess needs to do is Rosalina. She's she can be good at punishing landings, but it's how you chase people, right? Especially because if you run one direction and just keep going direction, then you're saying, okay, this player, I know he's gonna land there, and just kind of like tries to do that a lot. But one of the things you want to do as Rosalina is you want to go one way, and then your opponents think, oh crap, I need to go the other way. So then you just juke them and go the same way they actually thought you thought you didn't want them to go, and you end up landing up smash. Because if a character like Jess, not Jess, but Rosalina is a really good character at punishing landings. So anytime you get them in a scenario where that happens and you can just land an up smash, that's really good. Also, you don't really care about like Yoshi's landing options because up smash has intangibility. It's just really strong, and like he definitely needs to catch more of that when he's punishing landings. Good down smash. Yep. Okay. He kind of kept jabbing there. He missed grab. Wow, that dare has saved him so many times, even though he kind of like Yoshi kind of couldn't traded. Mm. He didn't because Luma can't come saving because he shot him out. Wow, so this is interesting how that Luma, I don't know why it's threatening Robotnik so much, Well, that Luma is like applying a lot of pressure, and like Robotnik's trying to get him to kill, and he just like isn't sure what to hit. Which is kind of weird because usually he should just keep gunning and like at least get grab or something. I mean, because Rosalie is not going to prevent you from going in. If anything, let me see. I don't know why he backed up there. Right there, he shouldn't have kept pressuring. Luma's behind him. The worst thing that could happen is like Luma using Rosalie using side B and hitting him, and then getting like a grab or something janky. But instead, he backs up to tries to wreck Luma, and he had no reason to. If anything, if Jess tried to recall there, he just gonna got hit because of the lag of recall. Okay, so dash attack was not good. As you can see, there's the attack. He was looking for the attack combo. Jump, roll, run forward, roll back, run forward, roll back. It's an interesting bait for Rosalina, but he didn't have Luma. And because he didn't have Luma, that run forward, roll back option mix-up isn't really that strong. Because the whole idea behind that is to reposition Luma and also reposition yourself to where if they try to attack you, Luma will just hit them with like jab or something. Okay. So yeah, like Jess could have punished landings a bit better. Robotnik lived way too long for the amount of times he get and a lot of mistakes that he made. I mean, it doesn't look like that he made mistakes, but there's a lot of times where like his decision making was kind of questionable. It's like backing up and like not pressuring where he needed to pressure, like because Robotnik was doing well first stock, but there's definitely a lot of like low percent meta things that Jess could have definitely abused to maintain a lead. So, like right there, that's the stuff you need to do after you pressure him. Hmm. Yeah, you can tell like Jess is like really trying to beat him up for using eggs. And like I said, now finally, like, you know how like Jess will have the right read, but he always missed the timing. This time he waited for air dodge and he got the timing, which is really good because normally he messes that type of thing up. Always, a lot of times he'll be in the right position, just not time the attack right. That was really good. It's kind of interesting that his neutral airs are working now because before that neutral air was just getting beat up by like an attack, but I don't know why Robotnik is just like going for forward air when every time when he just tried to challenge him in the air without trying to space correctly, he would get in the right position. Not only that, but that forward air that he's doing right there, if Jess just went forward and just like blocked, he just kind of want to punish that. He has no room to go, and like he still got punished anyway, so. Wish he went for a pivot grab. Mm. Not a good F tilt. Hmm. Let me see this. I gotta watch this again. Not a good jump. Not that in that position. There's no way he could really trick him there. Oh. Yep, that was good on Mark. Got to the platform. Jess couldn't catch him. What was that? So right here, Jess gets him to the right position again. At that point, like, he has nowhere to land. He doesn't need to jump. He could stay grounded, follow him, but instead he decides to shoot Luma. So, that was a good perfect pivot, but didn't do anything with it. Okay, so one of the things you want to note about Robotnik is like if he's down, right? Like not that he's gonna like die, but if he's down, if he gets a hit, he really wants to carry that momentum as much as possible, and he will like do forward airs, neutral air, all that stuff to hit you. One of the things you just want to do is just don't panic. Like don't panic with all the pressure. I mean, I know it's Yoshi, and sometimes you can just get hit by the forward air at those from ledge. But you already know he's gonna spam it, and you already know the only way he can die, you can die, is by getting hit by forward air. So just don't panic for against his options and just deal with it. I mean, you have an opportunity to kill him. Okay. I think Jess should jab more. Like if he's gonna do the back air, he should bait with the back jump, like the jump to make they could do back air. So that way he wants to challenge, like he's doing now, kinda. And then he would just hit him with a jab or turn around up smash, and then he can't do anything. And now he's just like kind of walking into moves. Just jumping too much. Yeah. That's the second time, and like you see how like he used his jump too early, and like he's trying to do the same thing, and he knows the only way he can deal with that L smash is by hitting him with a move, but because he like just lost that exchange, he just he's dead. Just like has all the tools to win, like he just because I know he beat him last time, so he beat Robotnik last time. A lot of it was like correct punishing on his landing and his attacks. So even though Smashville is a really good stage, I think this would be one of the things where if Robotnik didn't ban FD, I'll go FD. Um, and if he did ban FD, then I would go to Town and City because at least that's like a pseudo FD. In the sense that when the platforms leave, the stage is pretty wide, long. Because Robotnik just doesn't want to have no options to land. Smashville is pretty standard because at least if the Smashville platform comes, he has an option to land. And also he can kind of pressure you off the Smashville platform and just kill you from the side blast zones because the blast zones aren't that big. I mean, because Seekville. Good block. He has the right idea with the dash away, dash in, but he's dashing in at the wrong time and not doing the right option after he dashes in. Because as you see, Robotnik likes to get really big, meaty like hits to start his big combos, so at least he can destroy Luma or at least wreck you with damage. But these are exchanges he shouldn't be losing. Okay. Robotnik's also really feeling it, to be honest. Hmm. So one of the things you want to know about Rosalina and Luma is like, or in this matchup in general between these two, is that Rodnick at this point is just catching Jess's jumps. He's not respecting Jess at all, or Rosalina, I should say, as a character, because he's just throwing out a lot of attacks that any other player would like just beat. Um, One of the things I just really want to see Jess work on is I've seen him play a lot, and he does like to jump a lot, and sometimes it's just not good to do. I mean, you can jump sometimes, or jump to really, like, if you know you can hit them with a move, but sometimes he just jumps when it's not called for a jump, or it calls for him to just hit them with a move, or just stay grounded and jab. Granted, I can see why Jess wants to jump, because usually when you're dealing Yoshi and you're like trying to stay grounded, he'll just throw eggs and just poke at Luma. But that's okay, because I mean, eggs doesn't do a crap load of damage. Like, I believe Rosalina, like Luma, doesn't really take any hits until she starts taking between like 12 or 12 to 15 damage is that range where Luma starts like actually going into hit stun. So it'd be fine within that sense, but like he's letting go of shield earlier when he's dashing in. So shouldn't have waited for the air dodge. Good back throw. And not only that, but like the higher percent Jess gets, the more useful eggs is. So it's really imperative that he just does not take a lot of damage trying to jump into Mark and get as much damage as possible. He needs to be taking less damage than Mark, because the more damage he gets, the more Mark's tools becomes more effective. Like eggs will start sending Rosalina really high, and Luma can't do anything if he tries to challenge Luma. Forward air will send them into the tech position, and if he doesn't tech, then he can get hit by a 50-50 up air or true up air. Down air will start popping them really high up, and then it can chase Jess's landings. Like, just a lot of not so good options. Not only that is, but since Robotnik plays like really, he has a flowchart set up. You know, Robotnik has flowchart set up. So because he's getting you into the flowchart that he most desires is where he can get the jab or he can just punish your landing. That's really setting him up to where he wants to get. So really denying him the ability to get those scenarios that he wants, as well as getting as much damage as you can by punishing him picking these not so good options, or I don't want to say not so good options, but options you can actually take and punish more and get your juggles off of him, is really important. But that was a really good up smash. Okay, that was rough. Uh, oh, he got out of that scenario. Yep, and kills Luma. Okay, finally I mean, he's been catching him a lot on that, so I can see why that works. Like, sometimes when Robotnik just gets momentum, he just really wants to keep carrying it and get as much damage as possible before he dies, and sometimes that just costs him stocks. Okay. He's swinging. And now that he's such a high percent, like, Yoshi still can, like, get out of combos without really worrying about, like, his him getting punished. That was really good there. So you see what happened there is he can spam forward air because he has stage control, but Jess was able to get behind him so he doesn't have to deal with that forward air pressure. But he rolled away, so because he was afraid after getting missing the F tilt that he would get hit by something. Woo! It was really good on Robotnik's part to not get hit by that Luma up air. I don't think he did. I don't think he power shield that. Maybe he did. Hmm. It didn't sound like a power shield, but I'm surprised up smash not even shield poking. Oh, yeah, that's the second time after F tilt shield that he tried to roll away and that got him killed. And he wasn't even because Marco was turned around there. He couldn't really punish him out of shield, so there's no reason for him to go anywhere. Like, like even back air was slow enough. Like he wouldn't if Jess went to block, back air wouldn't have been slow enough. So I kind of wanna. The big takeaway here is like Jess needs to stay a bit more grounded and use shield a little bit more. Luma can take a couple of hits; it'll be fine. I mean, even if he tries to do an anti-dash attack or something, you can still punish him and get Luma back, and then he's off stage where Jess was doing the most damage. So even if Jess wasn't really good at juggling, anytime Robotnik just gets really antsy and just wants to hit you and you actually get the right punish, you can just throw him off the level. And that was where you were getting your most damage as for Jess because that's where he's most comfortable. In terms of Robotnik, he really wants to abuse the stage control that he has and really do well doing getting momentum because sometimes he messes up and that's actually times where Jess kind of punished, but he didn't have to really get punished. I kind of want to see how other like DeBuzz plays this. Granted, DeBuzz is not the only like Rosalie to look for, but I want to see if he like plays how 4 months ago. Yep. I guess he did jump over egg. Yeah. He's in position to jump over egg. And also, Yoshi can't do anything if he's shielding behind you, so more reason to spam that. Like I was saying, like abusing up smash when someone tries to challenge you, but like spacing it correctly is really important. Because Jess was just trading with the Nair instead of actually outright beating it. Because Rosalina does have that intangibility. The reason why you can't just go in against Rosalina is because Rosalina actually has pretty decent movement to like deal with them. See, like right here, you know how like Jess would roll away there? He knows that if he goes in and he F tilts, Yoshi is not going to be able to punish him with back air out of shield. If he does, he's going to get punished. And you can see DeBuzz just sits there and shields. So he doesn't roll away immediately. He sits there and shield. And what's interesting also is that attack right there. That's about because DeBuzz is really good at the timings of making sure he stays where he needs to stay. That's the same spot Robotnik when it attacked Jess, and at approximately the same time he went to pressure him too. So yep, like I was saying earlier, like knowing where to up smash is really important. As you see there, like he tried to throw it at hitbox, but like just straight up just getting beat. And even if he landed right on top of him, like a down air, Rosalina's up smash just wouldn't beat it. So yeah, like I guess the buzz really confirmed what I was trying to say. So yeah, that's for Jess versus Mark. Hopefully that got recorded correctly, and we'll see.